The videos you're watching right now were filmed entirely on the brand new Samsung Galaxy A55 5G smartphone. Yes, it went flying on the FPV drone, yes, it went on an open door flight, and yes, it went cruising on the boat. So I can say that I got a pretty good feeling about its performance and usability since I've used it in so many different scenarios. And in this review I'll share my user experience, especially from the videographers and photographers perspective, so you see if this is the right phone for you. And I also want to make it clear that all of the shots done with the Galaxy A55 have zero post-production, no color correction or additional stabilization. Everything is straight out of camera, so you see its realistic performance. So first things first, let's start with the general info. The Galaxy A55 5G has a sleek, elegant design that looks and feels high-end. You can easily slip it into your pocket, it's easy to hold and comfortable to use. Even in the most shaky environments, it felt safe in hand. It has an IP67 rating, meaning it's resistant to dust and water. While you shouldn't submerge it in water, it can easily handle splashes, rain, and accidental spills with no problem. So don't worry, it's built to last. Powering it, it's a 5000 mAh battery, so you can use it all day without worrying about running out of power. This phone can keep up with your busy day, so there's no panic if you forgot your charger. I mean, even after a full day of use, or with the screen on, it still had 40% battery left. The display offers a 120Hz refresh rate, creating a smooth user experience, for example when switching between apps, doing video or photo editing, or scrolling through social media. The display is also bright enough to see on it, even in direct sunlight, which is perfect for taking photos or videos outside. One of the standout features of the Galaxy A55 5G is its camera. It has a 50-megapixel main camera with very good optical image stabilization, a 12-megapixels ultra-wide lens, and a 5-megapixels macro camera. You can use the ultra-wide lens for creative angles and unique perspectives, for example, taking pictures of landscapes or architecture, or if you have a tight space that you want to make it look bigger. And the main camera is best for everyday photography with more detail and less distortion. The only thing I'm missing is a telephoto camera, so if you want that, you'll have to go for the S24 line. You do have a 2x digital zoom, which is usable, but anything more lowers the quality too much. So if taking a photo, it's better to shoot in the 50 megapixels mode and then crop the image if needed. It can record video at 4K 30 frames per second and 1080p with 60 frames per second. It's nice to see that the colors look natural and they are not overly saturated. In both the main and ultra-wide camera, the level of contrast and colors is very similar, which is great because you get a consistent look no matter which one you decide to use. You can also shoot in Pro mode, where you can adjust settings like ISO, shutter speed, white balance and focus. This gives you more control over your photos and videos for situations where you have time to adjust these settings and if you don't want your exposure and white balance to change during recording. But for doing slow shutter photography or getting that natural looking motion blur in your videos, you'll have to get an additional ND filter. For example, here you can see that the shutter speed is too high and the propeller of the plane looks a bit weird. So in this case, using an ND filter would make the video look much more professional because the propeller would have the natural motion blur when spinning. Next, you can also adjust the level of stabilization. Here's a comparison of the super steady mode to standard stabilization to show the difference. From my experience, standard stabilization works best for most scenarios. Even when flying on the FPV drone, I used only the standard stabilization and it worked great. The camera also has great editing features right here in the gallery, making it easy to edit your photos and videos on the go. You can improve your photos and videos directly on the phone without needing third-party apps. But what impressed me personally the most is the night photography mode. I'm very happy with the Galaxy A55's main camera performance in low-light conditions. These night shots are some of the best in the mid-range phone circle. Photos look realistic, they are not too bright, and colors are what you would expect to see with your own eyes. Additionally, it also has a dual recording feature that lets you film with both selfie and forward cameras simultaneously, which is perfect for vlogging.
So this is how the dual recording looks like, and we got the river here, which is pretty loud, but you can still hear me clearly, so the microphones are also working very well.
Overall, the Samsung Galaxy A55 5G combines style, functionality and durability, making it an excellent choice for anyone looking for an affordable and reliable mid-range smartphone for everyday use. Let me know what you think in the comments below, let me know if you have any questions, and let's talk there.